Hi, you guys. So this is going to be a somewhat different video for our What's Good. I'm going to talk about the Book of Boba Fett. And with this, there will be no spoilers. And it's just going to generally be my thoughts on what I've thought is good so far. And, for like my little background on Star Wars in general. So, I know I've talked about it maybe have talked about it before in the past, but growing up, my family wasn't really into sci-fi. So like we didn't really do a bunch of superhero movies. We didn't do, definitely didn't have Star Wars, and we didn't do Harry Potter. So, I became fascinated with the idea of Star Wars actually through one of my friends in college. Shout out to her. But, we started watching the Clone Wars series, watched the movies because I did become curious. And so I'm like, all right, I want to know what this franchise is all about. Because let's face it, it's one of the most talked about franchises out there. So, I would say for myself, I've been a fan for almost maybe 5 years now, 4 years. So, I don't know the whole lore and the whole, extensive history. I just know from the Clone Wars, from the movies, and maybe some extra little knowledge that I look up for myself. Now, one thing I have to say is what they've done really well is with The Mandalorian, is basically introducing this new character, this new idea that hasn't been explored, and they've executed it very well. They've been able to do some nostalgia with it as well as make it its own thing that newer people who maybe are not too familiar with how the universe works, they can get into it. It's a new material that, fans can get into, but also covers those nostalgic factors that maybe people want to see. Now, when I heard the Book of Boba Fett was coming out, I was interested because he's talked about, more recently, and I'm like, okay, like, love me a good bounty hunter. What's the story? Like, what is going to happen? And so it's been an interesting concept, and for me, I'm not, ride or die for this character. If you've got a good story, I'm all for it. But, if there's nothing really to add, nothing to give to the character or their arc, I don't really see, a point to it. And there have definitely been pros and cons with the Book of Boba Fett. And, like, some episodes really give you some good backstory, which I think is really good, in regards to, what's been going on with this character, like, what's going on in general. But a few episodes have also just been diverted, and it goes, it's not even about Boba Fett anymore. So I'm like, okay, where is this going? Unless the season finale changes something, and it could, this is just a quick thought, almost a thoughts with Queen T, if you will, as well as a what's good, just talking about Boba Fett. Because I don't know where we're going. I don't know. It's definitely not bad by any means. Give it a watch if you're curious. But some episodes, like, parts feel necessary, other parts don't. So it's just, trying to figure out, okay, what is the end goal here? What's gonna be done? And that's kind of my thought on it, without getting too deep into spoiler territory. Maybe once the whole show is out, there will be spoilers and I can share my thoughts more in depth. But as a general consensus, this is where I stand. Which probably isn't super duper helpful. And my hair, of course, had to fall out of its braid. But, you know, here we are. Feel free to comment down below if you'd like and subscribe. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.